You can sit across from someone who ticks every logical box. They have a steady job, they look great, they share your exact interests, yet you feel absolutely no romantic spark. Conversely, you might lock eyes with a total stranger across a crowded room, or see a fast car in a dealership window and feel an immediate, overwhelming pull toward them. We tend to romanticize these sudden impulses, but the human brain approaches attraction as a cold, calculating biological function designed to assess your environment. This diagram illustrates how your brain measures this biological function. Every feeling of love exists on this exact continuum, anchored between indifference and extreme addiction. Your nervous system constantly plots everything here, assessing varying intensities of love for new shoes, a pet, or your spouse. Love is a sliding scale of motivation, and its position on that scale is controlled by two distinctly different competing systems inside your skull. The first system is the deep brain, or the subcortex. This ancient area acts as the initial gatekeeper for your feelings of attachment. Its primary directive is simple: calculate immediate threats and identify immediate opportunities for your survival. When you meet someone new, the subcortex acts as a hyper-vigilant chemical laboratory. It analyzes incoming sensory data, like their unique scent, the tone of their voice, and the briefest physical touch. If the deep brain decides this person promotes your immediate survival, it issues a sudden go signal, instantly triggering your neural network for motivation. That massive spike in motivation is the exact mechanism behind love at first sight. But this deep brain system has a biological flaw. It is highly unstable because it never stops reevaluating the survival value of its target. This restless recalculation is the reason why fiery romantic passion naturally fades, and why the expensive fitness equipment you bought on an impulse is now gathering dust in your closet. The subcortex is excellent at providing an explosive spark, but it biologically lacks the stability to keep a fire burning on its own. That stability requires your second brain system, the outer layer, or the cortex. This area shifts your focus far away from immediate thrills. The cortex prioritizes long-term well-being. Love generated here requires time, conscious learning, and routine. Consider a man named Will. Will had an extremely unstable subcortex. His baseline motivation would swing so wildly that it made it nearly impossible for him to keep a steady job or maintain a romantic relationship. Yet Will eventually found profound emotional stability through an unexpected source: the daily routine care and love he developed for a horse. By showing up daily to care for the animal, Will forced his cortex to build permanent physical connections, learning love through routine. This structural stability became a bridge, allowing Will to assist a child with riding lessons and maintain emotional control. Enduring love is a physical, learned structural change in your brain's wiring. This brings us back to the universal problem of fading romantic passion. If the deep brain naturally tires out over time, how do we biologically maintain a long-term relationship? Think of maintaining a long-term relationship exactly like holding up a heavy doorframe during a house renovation. If you try to hold that frame up using only your first arm, relying solely on the intense, passionate energy of the subcortex, that muscle will eventually give out. When that initial intense passion fades, your brain is actively signaling that it's time to shift the physical weight. To keep the structure standing, you have to intentionally transfer the load to your other arm, the cortex. You engage the cortex by doing the heavy lifting of companionship. You focus on building deep friendship, establishing shared routines, and enjoying pleasant conversation. Shifting the weight to the cortex allows the subcortex to rest. And once that deep brain recovers, it can fire again, rekindling the passionate spark you felt at the very beginning. Lasting love requires you to actively alternate between the sudden thrill of survival and the conscious architecture of companionship.